Here's a look at your daily market report on this Wednesday, the 22nd day of October. Another day of news headlines and uncertainty, and we know what that does to the futures markets. Cattle markets today looking awful ugly at midday as they're waiting for some kind of confirmation to what is being talked about in D.C. following the headlines yesterday, or the hints of headlines about press conferences, or what now seems to be more of meetings that are going on today. Either way, that uncertainty sure playing heck with the futures markets once again this morning. At the auction barns around the state today, early listings from Windsor include 1,000 head. No number on the early listings at Vienna, but they did advertise several pretty fancy groups of black-hided calves in the mid 5 to 6 weights. Pretty fancy calves that were listed and advertised there. No early listings from Springfield or Farmington today either. Green Sea Livestock Auction, it's an off week for them, so no sale there. On Tuesday around the state, 4 state stockyards in Exeter, they had 1,156 head. The steers there, $5 to $10 lower. Heifers were steady to 10 higher. Most of the offering yesterday was calves. No big drafts of yearlings in the offering this week. SEMO livestock sales in Jackson, 489 head. The market there on that light test, steady to 10 higher, a few spots 20 higher. Ozarks Regional Stockyards in West Plains, they had 1,905 head through the barn, another 1,709 head by a video. That was the second biggest weekly video auction they had. Yearlings were 3 to 6 lower. 5 to 700 pound steers were called stay to $6 higher. 5 to 700 pound heifers, 4 to 8 lower. Interstate Regional Stockyards in Cuba, 615 head. The steers were called unevenly steady. Heifers under 600 pounds, stay to 5 lower. Over 600 pounds, 3 to 5 higher. Unionville Livestock Auction, 1,028 head compared to 2 weeks ago there. The steers and heifers, $10 to $20 higher. Another barn, they stated mostly calves there, not a lot of yearlings this week, but a lot of good reputation cattle in the offering. Kingsville Livestock Auction, 1,890 head. Steer calves were stayed to $10 lower. Yearling steers stayed to 5 lower. Heifers this week stayed to 5 higher. The feeder steers in Kingsville, medium and large ones, 4 to 500 pounds at $451 to $527.50. 5 to 6 weights at $432.5 to $505. 6 to 7 weights at $390 to $429. 7 to 8 weights at $383 to $399. Feeder heifers, 4 to 5 weights at $420 to $470. 5 to 6 weights, $380 to $425. 6 to 7 weights at $396 to $410. Some replacement quality heifers up to $421. A few 7 to 8 weights at $338 to $374. Taking a look at the futures at midday, live cattle for October, 240.95 down 272. December 242.15 down 327. February 243.25 down 302. Feeder cattle contracts, October's down 622 at 366.70. November 365.80 down 767. January at 362.55 down 772. Get out to the further out contracts and they are seeing even bigger declines at midday. Lean hogs for December down 65, 82.62. February 85.40 down 35. April 89.77 down 22. Box beef cutout values at midday. Choice is down $1.21 at $370.72. Select up 41 cents at $352.98. Those values based on 104 loads of cuts, trimmings, and grinds. The Choice Select spread at $17.74. Negotiated feedlot trade really still untested and unestablished. Just under 1,200 head for the week so far. Nearly all of it's been outside the 5-state feeding region. The few sales that have taken place been less than 200 head. There was like 120 head in Nebraska and about 25 head reported in Kansas. Kind of steady with last week's money. The market's still yet to be established this week. Taking a look at the Board of Trade at midday, corn contracts are 1 to 2.5 higher. December 4.22 1/4, March at 4.35, May at 4.43. Soybeans, November's up 3 1/4 at 10.34. January 10.49 3/4 up 1 1/4. The rest of contracts further out fractionally to 2 cents lower. Wheat contracts are 1 to 2 higher at midday. December 5.02 1/4, March at 5.18 1/4. Soybean meal for December up $3.20 a ton, 290.10. Soybean oil for December down 50 cents a hundredweight at 50.15. With the Missouri Department of Agriculture, that's your farm news. This is Tony Hancock.